We spend much of our lives focused on one goal: to live as long as possible. More time, more years, more life. But what if the number of years you live is far less important than what those years actually look like? Because here's the truth most people don't want to face. You can live a very long time in a very diminished state, unable to care for yourself, dependent on others, unable to do the things that you want to do, watching life unfold around you, but not really living it. And for a lot of people, that's what the last decade or two actually look like. That's not the goal. That should never be the goal. So today we're talking about something called health span. And understanding the difference between health span and longevity might just be the most important thing you've heard all year. Let me start by defining something. Longevity simply means how long you live. The number of years between birth and death. Just a number. That's it. Health span, on the other hand, is something completely different. Health span means the number of years that you live in good health. Active, independent, able to care for yourself, capable, fully engaged in your own life. It's not just being alive, it's fully living. And here's the sobering reality. For many people, there's a significant gap between when health span ends and longevity ends. Years, sometimes even decades, of declining health and increasing dependence and diminishing quality of life. Think about what you want from your later years. Travel, to play with your grandchildren, to stay in your own home independently without limitations like pain or lack of energy, to have purpose. None of that comes simply from adding more years to your life. All of it comes from protecting and extending your health span. So the real question is not how do I live longer? It's how do I live better? How do I live better for as long as possible? And that question really does have real actionable answers. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Here's the part that makes this conversation so difficult. Most of the things that will steal your health span, they're happening silently, behind the scenes, without any warning signs. Disease processes don't like to announce themselves. They grow quietly, behind your back, for years, sometimes decades, before they become visible. By the time you realize something's going on, that disease process has been under construction for a very long time. And that's what makes prevention so critical and urgent. There are 3 major disease categories that increase dramatically with age. And honestly, they represent some of the biggest threats to your health span. Cancer, cardiovascular disease, and neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's or Parkinson's. Younger people are absolutely affected by these disease processes as well. However, the rate of illness as we age increases substantially. And that's why lifestyle choices that we make right now can really influence our long-term health span. Beyond disease process, there's another threat that's stealing health span from millions: muscle loss. After age 30, we start losing between 3 and 8% of our muscle every decade. And after age 60, it increases dramatically if we don't do anything to fight against it, meaning resistance training. Too much sitting and not enough movement causes decreased muscle mass, decreased coordination, decreased cardiovascular health, and decreased balance. And as that pattern continues over years and decades, we become progressively weaker and less stable. And here's where it becomes genuinely dangerous: falls. Falls are one of the leading causes of injury-related death and disability in the elder population. And most falls in the older population stem directly from a combination of weakness and poor balance. And both of those are largely preventable. As a nurse, I've seen this play out more times than I can count. People are vibrant, independent, and then one fall changes everything. one moment of instability, a split second, and they go from independence to a life of dependence. And it's heartbreaking. Aging is a normal process, and there are things about it that we simply have to accept. But the disability, the weakness, the disease that comes with increasing age, it's not fixed. We do have some control. Knowledge is power. Once you really understand what's happening in your body and why, you're in a far better position to change the outcome. Let's talk about some things we can start doing right now. Move. Move with intention. Staying active is a non-negotiable for a long health span. Get outside, walk, stay active. But remember, walking alone is not enough. We need resistance training to maintain and build muscle. Weight training 2 or 3 times a week is one of the most powerful things you can do to protect your muscle mass, bone density, your balance, and your long-term independence. It's not like you have to become a gym fanatic. You just need to be consistent. And remember, please, always consult with your physician before starting any new exercise program. It's really important that you start your new exercise program safely and appropriately for your body. And you don't want to overdo it. Too much, too fast is dangerous. Trust me, I speak from experience. I cannot tell you how many times I've started a new exercise program, hurt myself, and then it's like a step backwards, 2 steps forward, 3 steps backwards. So if you just consult with your physician ahead of time, take your time, go slow. Don't hurt yourself, but exercise. So we really want to build muscle, but at a minimum, protect the muscle that we have and also protect our cardiovascular health. Here's some recommendations from the American Medical Association. Get at least 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity aerobic activity or 75 minutes per week of vigorous aerobic activity or a combination of both, preferably spread throughout the week. Add moderate to high intensity muscle strengthening activity such as resistance or weights on at least 2 days per week. It doesn't have to be complicated and it doesn't have to be that intense. You can just go for a brisk walk or ride your bike. Whatever you can do that's going to get your heart rate up, and you can do it consistently. Nutrition is also very important to support a long health span. Our body needs a balanced, healthy diet to support all our bodily functions as we age. Let's talk about protein. Protein is the building blocks of muscle. Our muscles need protein to survive and grow. The recommended daily allowance for protein for a normal adult is 0.8 grams per kilogram. Protein is very important, and we need to make sure that we prioritize getting the right amount and definitely getting enough protein in our diet as we age. However, not everyone can tolerate a high protein diet. So I strongly recommend consulting your physician before making any dramatic changes to your diet, especially if you have any issues with your kidneys. Beyond protein, reducing sugar and ultra-processed foods in your diet can also significantly decrease the risk of those 3 major disease categories as you age. These things are not revolutionary. It's nothing new. It's the same thing nutritionists have been saying for a long time. However, if you can do these things consistently, it really will have a big impact. It's really not as hard as you might think it is to make sure you're getting enough protein in your diet. If you learn which foods to eat and how to track, it's pretty easy. For example, 20 grams of protein in this one little yogurt. And it's so good. Let's not forget about the importance of good quality sleep and rest, because our bodies, they repair themselves while we sleep. So good sleep is not a luxury. It is a biological necessity. Getting good, consistent, quality sleep is one of the most important things you can do for your brain health, your immune function, your cardiovascular health, and muscle recovery. So if you're not getting good sleep, please see your physician. Think about the path that you're on right now. Where is it leading you? All the choices that you make today about what you eat, how you move, how you sleep, how you manage stress, it's all going to be a big factor in where that path ends up. And you know, everyone arrives at the end of life on a different path. Some of it's from genetics, some of it's environmental, and honestly, most of it is from choices that we make throughout our lives. But here's the thing, it's literally never too late to improve that outcome, to change that path. So what's the real goal? What are we actually working towards? Well, it's not a magical number on the scale. It's not, running a marathon when you're 75 or 85. It's waking up at 75 without pain. It's being able to get on the floor and play with your grandkids. It's being able to go somewhere you've always wanted to go and be physically able to do it and enjoy it. It's being able to live independently in your own home for as long as humanly possible. Being able to take care of yourself, make your own decisions, live your own life. Having the physical stamina to do all the things that you dreamed about your entire working life now that you're retired. Because what's the point of saving and planning all those years for retirement if your body cannot show up for it? You have the power. You can dramatically reduce your risk of debility, weakness, chronic diseases, and having to be dependent on someone else. You can make changes now that put you on the path towards independence and a happy, active, healthy life for as long as possible, a really, truly long health span. That's the goal. Not more years, better years. Longer life being healthy, happy, active, independent, living the life that you truly want on your own terms, independently, in your own home, for as long as possible. This is what a long health span actually looks like, and it's absolutely worth fighting for. I really hope you enjoyed this video today. I hope you found it motivating, insightful, or helpful in some way. And if you did, please give me a big thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. And if you think you know someone that might benefit from this video, please share it with them. Subscribe for more, check out one of my other videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day.